Hello and welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda and it's Free Pattern Friday. I love Free Pattern Friday. I love coming up with stuff that you guys can do over a weekend and make up a quilt. It's basically simple, quick little blocks that use up your scrap fabric. And this one is a really good one. I'm calling this one Vertically Challenged. And this one's going to be a lot of fun. But first, let's get to our shout out. Now, we have given this channel a shout outs before, but you have to go check it out. It is about quilting and travel around New Zealand, and the scenery is just absolutely spectacular, and the quilts are a lot of fun and very much of artist perspective. So when you go check it out and you like what you see, hit your subscribe button and tell the channel that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you, and it'll be a big surprise. Okay, now the other thing is I'm still doing speaking engagements for free. I'm having a blast talking to groups over Zoom because I have a PowerPoint presentation. I don't do any traveling to do my speaking engagements, but if your guild is struggling trying to find speakers, I'm there and I do it for free. The other thing is we have a Facebook group, and that group is growing rapidly, but we also have been able to maintain the rooms feature so the members of that group can sew any time of day. Basically, it's a virtual sewing room that's open 24/7. The other thing that we are doing is we have them once a month, monthly meetings, and those dates are going to be posted in the show notes below, so you can mark them on your calendar and come join us for those Zoom meetings. They're a lot of fun, and it's got people from all over signing on, and they don't just come doing my blocks, they come doing whatever is inspiring them. And if you don't feel like quilting that day that we're having a Zoom meeting and you want to show up with your knitting or crocheting, that's fine too. So let's get to this block called Vertically Challenged. It is such a simple, fun little block, and I give it to you in 2 different sizes. So come on in, let's get to the sewing. Okay, we're at the sewing machine. I've got this block all laid out. And when you're looking at these blocks, make sure you've got them, distributed so you haven't got 2 very pale yellows beside each other, or 2 deep reds, or something like that. So you want lots of variety in this block. Now, we always start with the hardest part first. So I'm going to move this strip out of the way because that's not the hardest part. We're going to do this by webbing. So you pick up the first 2 on the far right corner here, or upper left, sorry. Got it all confused today. And you start just putting them together. Now, it doesn't matter if you're doing the 2.5 or 2.5 by 4.5 inch bricks, or the 2 by 3.5 inch brick. The method of putting them all together is the same, right? Basically, you're just going to put them all like this. Put them all up. There. And once you get that done, there we go. I do have a leader ender project here, but I have to lay it out quickly. Quick link. Oh, make little pinwheels. In one of the scrap bags I bought, I have a bunch of the cutest little pinwheels you've ever seen in your life. Just adorable. Or little house for triangles. And instead of having them kick around, I'm just going to make little pinwheels out of them. I figured that's a good thing to do with them. Now, when I take it out, I lay it up like this. And I take the next one right along this chain. Now, sometimes that first webbing strip, like when you're doing a quilt, I do the same thing when I'm doing a quilt, right? I take this, I open it up, I see what I got next, right? Here we go. Okay. Oh. get dots with dots. Oh, that's okay. This has got a dot stripe thing going on. Here. And more dots. Okay. Yeah, so when I get scrap bags and I get little half done stuff like this, I make sure it gets done. Because it's just, you know, pinwheels are one of those things, they're just adorable. Right, there we go. And with the needle down, I crank open this. And one goes up, the other goes down. There we go. And it's a simple enough leader ender, right? So I lay it all down again, and I take the next piece, the next row. Yeah, these are great. I have, when I went, now I pick up fabric sometimes at the thrift stores. And it's perfectly good cotton. You know, you take it home, you wash it, you iron it, you know, life is good. So I find, you know, that I have found some beautiful stuff at thrift stores for very little, and now that's helpful when I'm making charity quilts, right? You know, not all of it has to be, you know, the latest, greatest, whatever, fabric. You know, it has to be the right color, and you figure it out as you go. When you're doing this, you figure them out. Okay, I have another 4. Yes, I do. I'm going to do this. Okay. There, just like that. There. Yeah, she pressed them open. I don't like mine. I want them to nest. Okay, next up. Oops. Lay it out. Yeah, looks like a very complicated. Oof. Here, move that over just a bit to get it out of the way. Isn't that cute, the little raccoon? I just, you know, I just love that kind of stuff. You know, you can ask somebody, oh, where's the raccoon in a quilt, and they'll have to go hunting for that little itty bitty raccoon. Here's another raccoon, or a raccoon head that I got a yard of that fabric, and it's kind of like, I decided what I was going to do with it pretty quick, and I'm making it happen, but that's one of the leftover pieces of it. So it's kind of a cute I Spy for kids as well. It turns into a cute I Spy. Okay, let's get the last of that pinwheel. Like I say, I didn't cut these, and I didn't, but I thought, okay, I'm going to make them happen. Okay, so I'm going to clip the center with my needle down and flip that under and flip that over. There we go. So we get good nesting going on in the center, and we're done. There we go. Okay. I have to laugh at these when you first do them. They don't look like they're going to fit together, but they do because of all the seam allowances. And it's a good way to, you know, get rid of your 2.5 by 4.5 inch rectangles, because, you know, or if you've got lots of jelly roll strips, perfect thing to do. You could also do this by strip sets, but I try and show you stuff by smaller piecing because not everybody has long strips, you know, and that's kind of important too. Okay, I do have another one, but I'm just gonna quickly go through like that. Okay, now what we have to do now is we've got to sew this bit, right? Because it's still open. And we have to decide, okay, which way are they going? Because one should go one way and the other one should go the other way, right? So here we go. I'm just gonna clip that first one. And okay. Now I'm going to put the one on the bottom to go this way and the one on top goes up like that, right? So now I'm going to have good nesting throughout the piece, and I'm just going to clip all of that off there so I can nest now. I've got good, I get good visibility to nest. Okay. There. I also have a tip right at the end of this video, how to cheat on this block. Because yes, you need to know how to cheat sometimes. You know, sometimes you just need to know how to cheat. So these ones on top are going this way, the ones on the bottom are going that way. So let's get started. Here we go. With the needle down, and clip this all open right on the strings that put it together, and you want to make sure the bottom is going that way and this top seam is going this way. There we go, and I got that, yep. And you just take a little peek if you don't think it's working for you, or you think something feels off, because you can feel when that seam is really well nested, and you're going to get a really good sharp point on your square, because that's kind of nice to get. Okay, and turn that one under, over. Okay. Okay, last piece. Now, this goes under. Now, this top row goes that way, and the bottom one goes this way, right? So you know, again, you're working with what you got. Let's see. There we go. I'm just going to take my time lining this one up, because it's just being a little stubborn all of a sudden. I'm not sure why. With the needle down. I know, you're sitting there like, with the needle down you do X. Yes, I know. I know. And you make sure it's nice and tight. And what I do is I stop either in the seam, where that seam is going to be a one stitch past, and I take my time nesting all this stuff together. There we go. There we go. Now, okay, now we put on the other outer edges. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. Right now, once it's ironed, it'll look fine, right? But now I am going to, because the seams are going every which direction here, so I have to decide, okay, are they all going to go up? Or are they all going to go down? Right? So what we're going to do is I think what we're going to do is we're all going to make them come this way. Yeah, that way. That works. And they're easy to iron too. There. Now, last piece goes on, and now on this side, you want all of these to go up like this, right? Because that way you won't twist this seam. Okay, because you don't need twisted seams. Twisted seams cause balls, and they're hard to iron out. So now you line them up at the other end once you got it started, and just press that seam into the, push it down just in front of the foot, so it goes under the foot the right way. Because if you don't do anything to hold it down, it'll sew this way, and then it's more free. Okay. And now, let's see, we'll get this off the machine. There we go. Oops. Hang on. We'll get this off the machine, and I just press it this way. Okay. There we go. Okay. And we'll get to our ta-da moment, and I'll explain to you how you cheat on this one. Okay, so here is our vertically challenged. Now, there's a cheat on here, but what happens, I'll explain the cheat in a bit. So you would put one block this way, then the next block this way, and then the next block this way. If you had bigger pieces, you could also do this in strip sets. So I was giving you the smallest one, because if you're working with your scraps, sometimes your scraps aren't very big. You really can't make strip sets out of them. So I thought this was kind of a cute thing. Now this is good for a guild to do, especially if they're dealing with a bunch of smaller stuff. The cheat is I put a 2.5 inch strip on this side, on these sides, to make it wider, just in case my 1/4 inch was off. Because my 1/4 inch, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seams inside here. Right? So if my 1/4 inch is off and I am too chubby on my 1/4 inch, I need cheat. I need a little bit more fabric on the edge, right? Now, if some of your pieces are a little shy, they were cut shy, you need a cheat for that too, right? So this is a very forgiving one, but you need to know that you can do a cheat on this, right? Now I'm going to trim this down to so it's 12.5 by 12.5, and it'll finish at 12 inches in my quilt. But like I say, the strip set idea is a good way to get this accomplished, and it's a good scrap buster. But remember, it's this way, then this way, then this way, then this way. And if I knew how to do that in video to show you how to do that, I would, but I don't. So if somebody does, please message me, please email me, let me know. Now here's the other bonus blocks we made, cute little pinwheels, and they all pressed out nice, and their center points are just perfect, so I'm happy. So I hope you have an absolutely fabulous week ahead, and everything is going your way. Okay, stay well until we see each other again. Okay, bye! My husband and I would love to thank you for watching our videos and being part of our Facebook group and coming to our Zoom meetings. It's been so much fun on this little adventure that we've been on YouTube. I just want we are doing Zoom sew dates still coming up and those dates are going to be listed in the show notes of this video. For the next year, we're making that commitment to you, and we're having a lot of fun with those Zoom sew dates. So please, feel free to come in. Even if you're not a quilter and you just want to come and do some crocheting or knitting or whatever, come on down. We're good. The other thing is I still am doing speaking engagements for the quilt gals just to help them out to get back on their feet. I am doing only Zoom meetings. And I have a PowerPoint presentation that talks about all the free patterns that we have put out and will be putting out to the world. So they're more than welcome to take any of my patterns and use them for their charity quilts, right? So that's kind of important that they know that we're there. So if you are part of a guild, let your programs person know that we're speaking for free over Zoom only. We're not doing any traveling or anything like that. The other thing that I want to let you know is that we do in our Facebook group, everybody's sharing pictures and having fun and asking questions, and it's a hoot. And we do still have the room feature in Facebook that we can go sew within. My admin person Kathy was able to set that up. It's no longer called Brenda's room, it's called Kathy's room, but we got a room. We do have a room working, so we're all happy with that. So if you get the opportunity to come join us on Facebook, that's great. We'd love to have you. So until we meet again, I hope you have you and your family have an absolutely amazing weeks ahead, okay? You take care. All right, bye.